You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 10.
It started snowing again and it hasn't stopped. Round 2 of the deep freeze is definitely here. Roads becoming slick, snow-packed and hazardous at this hour.
And Oklahoma City officials are now asking people to not use their dishwashers and washing machines as they work to resolve low to no water pressure issues. Mike Morgan and the Forewarned Storm team have been following the latest round of winter weather all day.
Storm number 2, guys, right over Oklahoma City right now. More snow out there for sure, but I can guarantee you before this newscast is over, I'm going to say something you're really going to like.
Good.
And I'm not talking about 14 below zero either. Let's go ahead and take a look. So our storm trackers are out. We're going to check in with them. It's about your morning drive at this point, right, as the moderate snow continues. And we have snow and a little bit of blowing snow, but bitter cold temperatures. Yes, they do continue. And let's go ahead and check it out from Peyton Yeager. More on this coming up. The Oklahoma City skyline tonight is more or less completely dark. Again, more on that coming up moments away. There's the Belle Isle Bridge. Traffic slow and pretty sparse out there. The areas that were clear earlier today are now basically snow-packed again. Moderate snow from Rose State College in Midwest City. I-40 looking kind of quiet there. Not a whole lot of traffic out there. Temperatures from 7 to 10 right now in the metro, and the wind chill factors are running -5 to about 0. The wind is not as strong with storm number 2, but it's centered over Oklahoma and the southern and central parts of our state right now. A lot of moderate to moderately heavy snow. The heaviest snow is in the southern parts of our state. Wichita Falls has a ½ a foot of snow. The Oklahoma City metro has between 1.5 inches and 3 inches of snow, all right? Between 1.5 inches and 3 inches of snow. That's how much we have right now. Still some pretty healthy moderate snow bands out there. Let's talk about your morning drive. Our storm tracker's Mark Dillard joins us live.
Yes, Mike, downtown, just adjacent to the Chesapeake Energy Arena where the game is let out, so to speak, with no fans. But you can see the mound, the famous snow mound right here where they've been dumping all the snow. Well, they're going to have to do it all over again, Mike. There's just as much, if not more, snow on the downtown streets now. It's going to be heavy rutting until they can get a handle on this. This fluffy snow is just piled up, very much powdery snow. And it's going to cause some traffic problems for sure in the morning because, you know, everything was hard packed today is now snow covered and very, very slick at intersections. Back to you, Mike.
Boy, I heard that. I know folks coming into work today, it was slicker than snot out there. Big time. That's kind of an Oklahoma saying, I think. I think I can get away with saying that, guys.
You are.
I just about slid into a ditch, and that's what I was saying at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go over to Chris McBee, another tracker here, about your morning drive. Chris?
Yeah, Mike, I'm down here in Norman, northbound on I-35, and you can see I-35 is totally snowpacked here. I'm just in some tire ruts, and that's kind of how 35 is between the South Metro and downtown Oklahoma City. So definitely some snow accumulation here, definitely slow going on traffic. Visibility is not too great either just because we got some moderate snow falling right now. So tough conditions out here, Mike. Back to you.
Chris McBee there, your morning drive. Let me show you some drone video here from Mark Dillard earlier today. And folks, take note, historic Oklahoma weather, right? I don't think too many of us are surprised about all of this, but there's the Foresight drone of a frozen over Lake Hefner.
Wow. Get
a couple of big eyeballs of that now, will you? It froze over quickly when the winds died off to calm last night, went down to -14 to -20 for lows. We haven't been that cold as a state in our history, as a state, not that cold. Now take a look at Overholser, similar story over there. A lot of folks have been showing us pictures of the dam, and there it is from Mark Dillard and our Foresight drone this afternoon as the clouds were thickening up this morning in Oklahoma City. Amazing views here, no doubt about it. Incredible. The Overholser Dam right there. Let me show you the traffic pattern that we have out there right now. A lot of oranges and yellows. That means slow traffic, not necessarily dense, just slow traffic because of these snowpack slick roads that we have across the metro now. The yellows and the oranges all the way down through Norman, yellow and orange there, zooming out a bit. The major interstates here, green and yellow and some oranges westbound 40, yellow and orange on the Bailey Turnpike, southbound I-35, yellow and orange, northbound up to Guthrie, yellow, then it goes to yellow and green farther into northern Oklahoma, and I-40 eastbound, yellow and orange. The Forewarned Storm team's Peyton Yeager has been so busy today, and she joins us from the Belle Isle Bridge tonight. Peyton.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, we're here at the Belle Isle Bridge where traffic is pretty slow. And I'm glad we captured this car coming off of these off ramps because we saw snowplows going both east and west on the Belle Isle Bridge, but it's these off ramps that are not plowed through, and you can't really tell or distinguish the snow from the road and the sidewalk. It's all just about, 3 to 5 inches, and you can't really tell. So people are taking it slow, not a lot of traffic, but the snow keeps coming down and it's very, very powdery. The inches are going to keep coming. So as soon as those snow plows come in, the snow just keeps going back on top of it. Right now, look, this is an eerie shot. No one even coming through. All right now, we've seen semis, and we've talked to a few people that they have late jobs. They need to get home to their families, but it's just powdery snow that's just accumulating here on the Belle Isle Bridge. So take it slow on those exit ramps. Back to you, Mike.
Peyton Yeager, great job out there. You've been very, very busy, I know. So here's the snow continuing. The blue's the light snow, the darker the green, the heavier the moderate snow is. You can tell it's right over central Oklahoma right now. The heavier bands up around Ponca City, big flakes in Ponca a little while ago. Those are starting to dry up and go away as the storm begins to think about winding down. A half a foot over in the Red River Valley of southwest Oklahoma. That's a big storm for southwest Oklahoma, and we're going to get a half a foot plus in the south central parts of our state as well. Heavy snow now coming into Ada, and there's snow all the way down to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. The core, the back of the storm, the main upper level disturbance is now moving in to southwestern Oklahoma. Once that goes by, things are going to start to change later tonight. Meanwhile, winter storm warnings very much in effect. But going forward here, not more snow in the forecast, but still some very cold temperatures, talking about dripping your faucets and for how long. We'll talk about that. But some good news for you is coming up in weather. And guys, that's moments away.
We're ready for that good news. Thank you. Also this, OG&E is saying nearly 4,000 customers are without power. You're taking a live look at their system watch right now.
The area hardest hit, Choctaw. We know a lot of our viewers are impacted by that, and we're going to have more on that in just a moment. But OG&E tells us they have more than 1,000 boots on the ground working to restore power right now.
They're also encouraging customers to prepare for the possibility of those rolling blackouts or controlled interruptions, as they've asked us to call them. They also say Southwest Power Pool has not yet indicated when or if those will resume. However, we have learned this. OG&E officials have allegedly known about the need to conserve power since last week.
On February 9th, SPP says they told officials that conservative operations would be needed. However, 2 days later, OG&E issued an alert saying they were prepared for the storm and that no large-scale outages were to be expected.
It wasn't until 3 days later on Sunday when OG&E announced customers would need to save energy due to depleting reserves.
News 4's Cassandra Sweetman on the night beat.
Jolene, Kevin, as you guys know, here at KFOR, we are trying to do our part to conserve energy. But like everyone else, we didn't find out that we would need to until Sunday. And like you said, SPP apparently warned their power distributors last week that there would be stress on the system through this storm. Now, this is the first time they've issued that energy emergency alert. And it's also the first time they've asked power companies to request customers reduce their power. And now while they decide when power from the grids need to be reduced, it's up to companies like OG&E to decide where those controlled interruptions or those rolling blackouts will occur.
Energy is moving almost at the speed of light, and these decisions are made as the decision needs to be made based on the guidelines Lanny referenced. And so it's not like, we're going to have to reduce power an hour from now or 10 hours from now. It literally is a decision that's made within minutes, if not seconds. And so we get the message out as quick as we can.
Now, meanwhile, the Oklahoma Corporation Commission enacted an emergency rule this evening. It would let utility companies like OG&E decide to divert energy away from commercial energy consumers and direct it towards residential consumers. And officials say this is a dire situation, and power companies need to be able to make these tough decisions on behalf of Oklahoma residents.
This is a real life and death situation, but I did want to respond that those things had been exhausted and all demand side management and curtailment was called on early in the process. and even many customers did it voluntarily. What we're down to now is the potential of holdouts that want to maintain equipment that have known or have been contacted for days and have not made the decision to ramp down to zero, and that may be necessary to prevent loss of life. And that's really what we're talking about here today.
Now, SPP says that we could be at risk for more rolling blackouts through tomorrow, even possibly Thursday, but definitely by Friday. They're hoping to be out of this situation. Reporting live, Cassandra Sweetman, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Cass, thank you. Meanwhile, it's lights out in downtown OKC, the skyline going dark to help conserve that energy.
A live look downtown from one of our sky cams. And News 4's Austin Brissett, also there on the ground.
He joins us, I'm sorry, yes, you're right. He joins us live at the peak. And Austin, the lights out on the outside, but it was game on in the inside.
Yeah, Kevin, Jolene, that's right. We're here across the street from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder playing their game tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers. But as you can see here behind me, the building, for the most part, pretty dark. As a matter of fact, just about everything around me out here is pretty dark, obviously, aside from some of the street lights. We'll go ahead and turn around a little bit to show you the Devon Tower and the BOK Tower as well. Local officials urging everyone in the city, including a lot of downtown, and that's Midtown, downtown Bricktown, Automobile Alley, and things like that, to turn their lights off to conserve energy. And a lot of Oklahomans were angry about the Thunder playing their game tonight amid that need to conserve energy. But a Thunder spokesperson said that they would do what the NBA told them, since it was the NBA's decision on whether they played tonight, and game on it was after that. And the Thunder said they would conserve energy, though, anyway, in their own way, by turning off lights that they deemed unnecessary to the game, that being a lot of the exterior lights. And as you can see actually right here behind me, the big board has been off for most of the night. Again, here, pretty dark downtown and not a whole lot of people. It's about as quiet as I've ever seen it down here, obviously with the weather continuing to wreak havoc. You can see the roads here completely snow covered. We've seen a few snowplows come by, a few cars, things like that, but not a whole lot happening here downtown as the snow continues to fall at quite the heavy pace. It's let up a little bit since the last time I spoke to you at around 6:30 or so, but you'll definitely want to be careful tomorrow on your morning commute. Back to you.
All right, thank you, my friend. While some folks are voluntarily turning their lights off, others are having the lights turned off for them. Here's another live look at OG&E's system watch map. Again, thousands in Choctaw still in the cold and dark tonight, but it's not related to the rolling blackouts. She's been busy. News 4's Peyton Yeager with this.
Oh, it's 56.1 if we go off reverse surface temp.
50 degrees and dropping inside young mother Mercedes Hall's Choctaw home. Her power off for 10 hours and counting.
We're either going to try to get a hotel or go stay somewhere.
A domino effect in Choctaw Tuesday, 5,000 Oklahomans in the dark. According to OG&E, rolling blackouts turning into transformer blowouts, turning into substation issues. With no timeline, Laura Williams told it would come on before 3.
And at 3, the automated system said 4:30.
But for Laura, still no luck.
And this is why we're calling neighbors and we're asking people if they need anything while we run into town.
Just north, Guthrie mom Andrea Barcelona getting creative with bed sheets.
There was no preparation for it.
However, during our interview, her power and water, thankfully, back on.
I'm happy.
And we've just heard back from OG&E about those of you in Choctaw, and they say again that the problem is still within the substation there. On a normal weather day, they tell us they'd switch everyone over to a different substation temporarily, but say it's not a normal weather day, and the grid is simply too overloaded right now. They hope to have everybody back up by the morning.
Next in weather.
I've got a simple question for you. How many of you are tired of setting records for cold and snow?
Here, sir.
Right? -14 this morning, right? And then we have snow this evening. What about your morning drive? We'll check in with our storm trackers, and I've got something completely different for you on the 7-day plus 4. I think you'll like it. It's coming up next.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 10 with Jolene Chaney, Kevin Ogle, Mike Morgan, Brian Brinkley, and Adam Snyder in your corner. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
All right, if you think it's cold and icy on the ground, imagine being a couple thousand feet up in the air. This is a beautiful shot. It's one of our television towers right in the backyard of our studio here in Northeast Oklahoma City.
How would you like to have to work on that?
My stepdad does.
Metro is still plunged in a deep freeze, And the question is, Mike Morgan, when are we going to thaw out, brother?
The answer is that it's coming, yes. Here's what we got to do. Got to get rid of the snow first. Then we got to melt the snow second. Then we got to warm the ground again because it's frozen, right?
Right.
You can't put it in the microwave.
We can't.
And then the late February sunshine comes to the rescue, right?
It's a process.
It is a process. Let's go ahead and take a look here. A little more snow, folks. We're going to talk about that, how much snow we're going to see, and our storm trackers are out. We're going to check in with them. Just a quick note here. Let's take a look. We're talking about we have not been this cold since Oklahoma has been a state. This is from Edmond this morning. From the Samara family, that is 18 degrees below zero, gang. A few folks were negative 20 this morning, not including that wind chill. And back when it was this cold, Oklahoma City's population was 10,000, and Edmond's population was 1,500 people. That's how big the state was for population when it was this cold. That was way back in 1899. And before Lake Hefner froze over, from Steve Johnson, a fantastic drone shot there. And Jason Frost here, a icicle taller than his 4-year-old. How about that? That's good stuff. And artwork here from Ron here in Oklahoma City with the fluffy snow and his outdoor patio table. We have light to moderate snow in Oklahoma City. There's the Belle Isle Bridge. Not a lot of traffic out there tonight. And here's the view from Rose State College with light to moderate snow as well. Our temperature is 9. The winds are easterly at about 9 and 84% humidity. Kingfisher's 10, Okarchee's 10, Chickasha's 10, lots of 10s, 9 in Guthrie, 10 in Chandler, and 7 in Watonga. And the wind chill factors are running about 5 below in most areas. It's 12 in Enid, 10 in Ponca City, and 12 in Stillwater. -1 for the wind chill in El Reno, and about -3 downtown Oklahoma City. Okay, so here's the storm, and I don't want to break anybody's heart, but it looks like it just peaked in intensity. It looks like it just peaked in intensity for Oklahoma City. In other words, as we said earlier during the 4 and 5 o'clock news, most of the snow would happen before midnight. That's going to be the case. The heavy bands of snow now are in southern Oklahoma. They're going to track over toward Ada and McAllister tonight. You folks are going to get a lot of snow there. But these snow bands are just now starting to diminish a bit. There is more snow coming. Let's talk about your morning drive with Mark Dillard. Mark?
Yes, Mike, just at Classen and Northwest Highway here, and you can see the snow has completely covered the road again in the shot. These roads were pretty much cleared off earlier today, and now they're snow-packed again, so I'm sure plows will be running overnight trying to get a handle on this, but they can't plow everything, so keep that in mind, that the roads that you're coming out of in your neighborhood probably fairly deep in snow now, and intersections where the hard pack has been, it's going to be pretty slick with the snow on top of it. Mike, back to you.
Mark, thank you. Let's state the obvious. You're going to need a lot of extra time in the morning. Roads are very, very slick out there. The cleared areas are not cleared anymore. And here's the current traffic pattern. Not too many accidents out there, but speed is not your friend. Any variable road conditions in the morning may cause bad problems. So you're going to need a lot of extra time. Not a whole lot of drifting and blowing of the snow. That is good news because the winds are not all that strong, okay? But snow overnight tonight, right on through your morning drive. Let's go back to the weather maps and show you what we have coming up. And the snow here, light to light moderate, but again, the storm has just peaked in intensity as expected, still going for about 3 to 5 for the metro. That's what we had earlier today as well. And the snow in northern Oklahoma is starting to evaporate and go away. The heaviest snow over a half a foot in the Red River Valley from near Hollis through the Vernon, Wichita Falls area through Frederick and Walters. Marlow Duncan's got around 4 to 5 inches as well, and it's piling up quickly from the Pauls Valley area through Ada tonight. This part of the state's going to have 6 to 8 inches of snow, and it's happening right now. That's where the heaviest snow will be. But Oklahoma City, maybe going forward, we got about 1 3/4 to 3 right now. I'd say about another inch to 1.5 inches. So I think we're looking at that 3 to 5 inch range. The heaviest totals in the southern sides. Moore, Norman, Purcell, Shawnee, part of the metro. Winter storm warnings, though, they do continue for virtually the entire state. This is a computer model approximation on snow going forward. Some folks will not quite see this much additional snowfall going forward because the storm is literally peaking in intensity right now. The metro, you see, give or take about 2. That's right. But down here to the southeast, quite a bit more, some 4 to 6 inch totals additionally. Still yet to happen tonight. Ada, McAllister, Colgate, toward toward Okemah and Sallisaw over there in eastern Oklahoma. And the snow's tapering off very quickly now in the western parts of our state. So 7 will taper off to snow showers toward daybreak. Another inch to inch and a half, maybe a couple isolated 2 in the metro, additional going forward. And 3 to 5 total for the metro. The 5 will be on the southern and southeastern sides, and 4 to 8 degrees for low temperatures tonight. Best chance of snow going forward is in the bright white tonight. And for tomorrow, we will see 20 degrees. That might be pushing it by a few degrees. Still bitter cold. Snow showers with a north wind at 8 to 16. Not a whole lot of blowing and drifting with this. Wind chill factors will run from 0 to plus 10 tomorrow with lingering snow showers, and highs from 15 in Alva to around 23 in Ardmore and McAllister. Stillwater 21 degrees. Let's take a good long look at the 11-day. 7 to 20 for tonight and tomorrow. Snow showers tonight and tomorrow morning for your morning drive. I put 3.5 to 5.5, might be 3 to 5. And wind chill still near 0 in the morning, or a little bit colder. 2 to 21 on Thursday, a bit of sun, but notice these lows. You got to keep your faucets dripping. -4 because of the snowpack Friday with light winds. That's a below 0 temperature there. 28 on Friday, mostly sunny. The thaw begins over the weekend. 34 Saturday, 38 Sunday. 46 Monday. The snowpack will melt completely Tuesday and Wednesday with lots of mid-50s and low temperatures above freezing on that 7-day +4 this evening.
Now, sports with Brian Brinkley.
Despite the weather, the Oklahoma City Thunder still played tonight as they welcomed a hot Portland Trail Blazers team to Chesapeake Arena. Former Sooner Terry Stotts and his Blazers lost to OKC in Portland last month, and tonight was a wild one at the peak. If we can show you the highlights, the Blazers built a 24-point lead in the third quarter of this one. Looked like they were going to roll to an easy victory, but the Thunder went on an 11-0 run. Luguentz Dort helped spark it with the steal and slam. He had 23 points to lead OKC. Then the Thunder went on a 25-5 run to take the lead. Hamidou Diallo scoring there. He had 17, but Portland closed the game on an 18-2 run. Damian Lillard hit 4 3-pointers in that stretch, 14 of his 31 points in the fourth quarter. Blazers won at 115-104. OKC is at Memphis tomorrow night. Mike Boynton's OSU Cowboys hosting Iowa State in a game that was moved to a 3 o'clock tip-off. OSU got off to a quick start. Cade Cunningham, the running back, he had a season-high 15 first-half points, finished with 21 points. Cowboys went on a 15-2 run in the first half, and they were really never in danger. Matthew Alexander Moncrief gets the loose ball and puts it away. He had 19, and the Cowboys won at 76-58. OU hopes to play Texas on Thursday. We don't know a tip-off time. Back with more after this.
Welcome back. Lots of extra time in the morning. We'll keep you forewarned. The storm is thinking about winding down. Looks like 3 to 5 for the metro. 7 tonight, 20 tomorrow. A few snow showers, cloudy, and then a thaw, guys. It'll take a while, but much better. 30s over the weekend, then some 50s.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for joining us.
Stay warm. See you tomorrow.